Hello YouTubers, LP here with Get Outdoors, and I was planning on doing an introduction to myself and what I do in my adventures outdoors and talk a little bit about the channel, but something has arisen here in the past couple of months that moved me to do a video on something that many hikers have not just hikers, but outdoorsmen and workers and just people who are outdoors in general have not been, I don't think, paying enough attention to. So therefore I'm going to do this video and hopefully I can enlighten you a little bit, maybe put a little fear in you, not so much fear, but make you aware that this is a real thing. And today we're going to talk about heat-related injuries, dehydration, and the like. So without further ado, let's move on. Lately there have been several hikers and adventurers in our national parks that have died due to heat-related injuries. This is not a joke. I'm not going to give you facts and figures. You're more than welcome to Google it, but I can attest that a personal acquaintance of mine did succumb to what they think is heat-related injuries, and I'm not going to go into details of that because it's very personal. But the fact remains, I've watched countless outdoor YouTube channels, hiking, backpacking, hundreds upon videos I've watched, and I don't recall ever seeing one that alerts people to the fact that this is a physically exerting task or adventure. And when you're out there beating the mountains and the trails and climbing and walking and doing whatever you do outdoors, and I'm going to relate more to the backpacking and hiking obviously, but this includes other physical activities such as kids playing sports, just working outside in general. The fact remains that dehydration is a big factor, and a lot of people do not notice that they're getting dehydrated because they're so into what they're doing. And water and electrolytes plays a very important part of rehydrating your body. Dehydration is and will be an ever-evolving thing pertaining to your own body. Your physiological state changes from day to day depending on what you're doing, what you did the day before, and what you're consuming as far as fluids and food and whatnot. So that in itself is something to be aware of. When it comes to heat-related injuries, you need to be aware that there are symptoms you can look out for. One is, when it comes to dehydration, the color of your urine. The more yellow, brownish, darker it gets, the more fluids you need. Typically a normal person should have clear to slightly yellow depending on what you've been eating and what you've been drinking. Symptoms relating to heat-related injuries would be clammy skin, lack of sweating, poor perfusion, things of that nature. Rapid heart rate, which rapid heart rate is a big deal, but how do you detect a rapid heart rate when you're physically exerting yourself, climbing up mountains? You're in a low oxygen atmosphere, at elevation. It's a difficult thing. You need to be aware of your body and what it is telling you. Do not push yourself to a point that you can't come back from. It's not about how fast you can climb or how awesome you can be at whatever you're doing. When it comes to the heat and putting yourself in danger, there's no excuse for that. Back to the amount of deaths in the national parks here just in 2021, which I've done a little bit of Googling. I don't have an exact total because they really don't release those figures till probably sometimes next year. I may be wrong. You can write hate mail if you want. But I guess what it boils down to is I'm asking the hiking and backpacking community to be safe. Watch out for each other. Watch out for yourself, because only you know your physiological symptoms, if you will. How do you function? How do you perform? You need to make sure that you're hydrated. If the temperature is hot outside and it says 100 degrees, that's more than likely 100 degrees in the shade. That's not exposed temperature. You don't have to seek comfort in what you're doing. You don't need to carry an air conditioner with you or a fan and blow it around in your face. Yeah, I know, kind of silly, but I've seen people do it. Not the air conditioner part. But anyway, just be safe. You know, pay attention to what's going on with your body, not just around you, not just your surroundings, because what we're doing as far as rock climbing and hiking has its own level of danger. But one thing that you pretty much can control is your safety within yourself. And hopefully that as you watch this video, it makes you realize that, hey, you know, this can happen to me, and it can happen to you. You can train all your life. You can train every day, but your physiological makeup changes from day to day. And no matter what you've prepared for, you're still susceptible to a heat-related injury. I've been there. I've had a heat-related injury. My friend trained for that hike that they went on, and somehow or another his body just didn't make it through the rigors of the heat, and that really hit home. And if I could reach one person with this video and make them realize and understand that, hey, you know, this could happen to me, then this minor little video, because in the grand scheme of things, that's what it is. It's just a little old video. And I just want you to know that you can be susceptible to heat injuries. And I just want you to take time before your hike, your backpacking, whether it's day hiking, overnight, through hiking. Just take the time to make sure that you're prepared, pay attention to your body, and stay safe. And with that said, I still want you to get outdoors. Thanks for watching.